Because if I come to you and say कि sir मेरे घुटने में बहुत दर्द है, so then what would be your next question is what I want to understand.
If you consider it for knee pain, usually when the patients complain of knee pain, we ask them specific questions like ये pain कब होता है. So the most common activity which patients suffer pain is using stairs, climbing stairs, coming down from stairs, sitting on the floor, getting up from the floor. If they are sitting for some quiet time on a chair and when they get up, they experience pain. Pain while walking is an advanced feature. It develops when you have advanced arthritis. But when you have early pain like 3 to 6 months history, with the knee pain, usually it comes with some specific activities. Most common problem which we see is a back pain. In my practice, find a reason for back pain is sedentary lifestyle. Obesity is one of the reason and severe vitamin D3 deficiency. And in old age patients, osteoporosis. Weak bones, fragile bones that can also cause pain. The classical complaint which patients tell when they come with the heel pain is सुबह उठने के बाद 4 कदम नहीं चल सकते, थोड़ा चलने के बाद ठीक लगता है. Once they say this line, the diagnosis is very clear. It's plantar fasciitis. You don't need to do any test and you can offer directly them treatment.
What's the longest kind of tenure that people tend to suffer and then approach a doctor?
The area where I practice is a tier 3 place in India. I see patients who have been suffering from knee pain since last 15-20 years. आप जब तक डॉक्टर से मिलेंगे नहीं, डिस्कस नहीं करेंगे, because every patient is different. Some patient is having post bypass surgery, post angioplasty, severely diabetic. So we need to discuss with your doctor regarding the specific issues which can create complication. जो आपको प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट कर सकते हैं. तो यह प्रॉब्लम डिस्कस करने के बाद रिस्क काफी इवेल्युएट करने के बाद समझ में आता है कितना है. And most of the time, this risk is hardly 1 or 2%. Usually, with the robotics and the change in the dynamics of knee replacement, patients recover in 1 month. But if you compare it with the conventional, traditional approach and what we were doing 5-10 years back, those patients were definitely taking 3 to 4 months to recover. Only 10% of the patients they need surgery. 90% patients we manage with physiotherapy, medications, and injections. Knee pain, hip pain is a very broad term. बहुत अलग-अलग प्रकार की बीमारियां होती हैं, अलग-अलग एज होते हैं. जब वो हमारे पास आते हैं, उनसे कुछ स्पेसिफिक क्वेश्चंस पूछते हैं, कुछ टेस्ट कराते हैं, ब्लड टेस्ट, एक्सरेज, एमआरआई, and hardly 10%. Like I see 50 patients in my OPD daily. I advise surgery to hardly 4 or 5 patients.
After all this global exposure, you chose to come back to Gondia, which is your hometown, right? उसके पीछे आपका वो डिसीजन लेने के पीछे का आपका मोटिवेटिंग फैक्टर क्या है?
बड़े शहर में रिसोर्सेज, डॉक्टर, हर चीज रेडीली अवेलेबल. लाइक डॉक्टर अभिषेक ट्रेनिंग करके मुंबई जाए या ना जाए, मुंबई में जॉइंट रिप्लेसमेंट सर्जरी ऑलरेडी होता है, नागपुर में होता है, गोंदिया में नहीं होता है.
Sir, one of the most curious questions for me and the most intriguing questions for me was how and when did you decide you want to go to medical school, you want to become a doctor, and how did the journey start?
See, if you ask me frankly, I was a very average student in school times. When I was in 11th or 12th, at that time, few of my friends were into this process of getting into a medical school or doctor. And my elder brother wanted to be a doctor, but due to some family reasons, he could not do that. So my mom already always had a wish that मेरा एक बेटा तो डॉक्टर बने. So I thought I have not done anything special for my family since childhood. So at least I can pursue my mother's wish to become a doctor. So that made up my mind. I started preparing for it and I got admission in Government Medical College and I did my MBBS.
Okay. So when you secured your seat for MBBS, did you ever contemplate between maybe going to a private college, government college ही चाहिए? What was the motivation like?
See, any student जो भी एग्जाम के लिए प्रिपेयर कर रहा है फॉर मेडिकल एजुकेशन, उसका एम तो यही होता है कि उसे गवर्नमेंट कॉलेज मिले. उसके 2 रीजन होते हैं. फर्स्ट पार्ट होता है ट्रेनिंग. गवर्नमेंट हॉस्पिटल में बहुत हाई बर्डन ऑफ केसेस रहता है, क्वालिफाइड टीचर्स, तो ट्रेनिंग डेफिनेटली बेटर होता है. सेकेंड पार्ट होता है फीस स्ट्रक्चर. अगर आप मेडिकल एजुकेशन कंपेयर करेंगे इन गवर्नमेंट सेटअप में, इट्स अ बिग डिफरेंस. लाइक इन गवर्नमेंट हॉस्पिटल हमारे टाइम पे फीस 18,000 रुपए फीस था साल का, और उसी समय पे 8-10 लाख रुपए फीस था मेडिकल कॉलेज का प्राइवेट में. तो I prepared well. Fortunately, I got admission in a government medical college and it all went smooth.
Nice. And so when you got your admission, you must have secured your seat and then you traveled from Gondia to Yavatmal to get your MBBS done. How was that journey of entire MBBS, from how you started as a completely no medical background person to becoming a full-fledged doctor? So how was that transformation for you?
See, if you go to any medical college, it's a very big campus. So first initial 2 or 3 months, you feel shy, you feel you have a fear. But gradually over a period of time, the curriculum is built such a way. Initially, in the first year, you have non-clinical subjects, anatomy, biochemistry, physiology, where you just have your batchmates with whom you can interact, you can learn, you can make friends, and then from second year onwards, you get into clinical subject, semi-clinical and clinical subject, where you meet with your seniors and interact, and then you learn things. So it's a very good way of medical education in India. It's a 4.5 years of education followed by 1 year of internship,
Yeah.
where you actually work as a doctor in a different department of a medical college and train yourself as a doctor. This is how it goes.
And how was it for you? Matlab, personally, you must have faced challenges. You must have come across a lot of tricky situations during those, because I think about it from my perspective that I have no idea about what medical science is, and there's so much to know, so much to explore. And then I come across these seniors, come across these doctors, and how is it? How is it for you personally?
See, for me, the whole journey of MBBS was very exciting. We had a very good friend circle. We were in Yotmal, it's a tier 3 place. We used to roam around, go to dhaba and all, see late night movies. Because first time you leave your hometown, you meet people, you stay in a hostel, you share room with your room partner, you meet seniors, they guide you कि आपको कैसे पढ़ाई करनी है, क्या करना है. The whole process is very exciting. I was never depressed or never apprehensive about anything in the whole journey of my MBBS. It was very exciting, very smooth. We all did it matlab, we had friends from Mumbai, Nagpur, all people traveled to Yotmal, those who got admission. We stayed together still we are in touch with each other. Every 2-3 years we go for a friends tour collectively and we enjoy.
Nice, super. So what was the process like after you finish your MBBS? वो एक time आता है when you have to choose your specialization, and you of course chose ortho. So what was the factor behind choosing ortho, and what was the thought process like?
See, ortho is very fascinating. And the main reason मैंने orthopedic choose की when I was in 12th and I was preparing for the entrance for MBBS. That time my elder brother got an accident and he had multiple fractures. He was taken to Nagpur. He was admitted there for around month time. तो उस समय उनका जो ट्रीटमेंट जो डॉक्टर ने किया, मैंने उनको बहुत क्लोजली ऑब्जर्व किया, द होल हॉस्पिटल, वो जो प्रोसेस था ऑर्थोपेडिक ट्रीटमेंट का, फिर हम फिजियोथेरेपी को जाते थे. तो फ्रॉम दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम ओनली आई वाज वेरी क्लियर कि मुझे ऑर्थोपेडिक्स ही करनी है. देयर इज नो कॉम्प्रोमाइज ऑन इट एंड आई वाज पैशनेट अबाउट इट. एंड मुझे ऐसा लगता है एज अ डॉक्टर कि जब आप एक ऐसी ब्रांच को पैशनेटली परस्यू करते हो तो बहुत इजी हो जाता है उसके लिए प्रिपेयर करके उसको हासिल करना, और हासिल करने के बाद पढ़ना, और पढ़ने के बाद उसको परफॉर्म करना. Like I am doing good in orthopedics because I am passionate about it. If I am being forced to do some branch and then I do, that zeal doesn't come.
So once you finished your, I would say specialization in orthopedics, then after that, what was your plan like? What was the kind of journey you were looking at?
See, from initial days only, I have decided that I'll go back to my native place because my family had expectations from me that I'll come. I wanted to serve my society जिनके जहाँ मैं पला बड़ा हूँ बचपन से, मैं उनको सर्व करना चाहता हूँ. हमारे ऑर्थो के ट्रेनिंग के बाद एक कंपलसरी 1 ईयर का हमको एक जॉब करना पड़ता है, विच इज कॉज एज मतलब कंपलसरी पोस्टिंग. तो उसमें हम सर्जरीज करते हैं, सीखते हैं. ऑर्थोपेडिक्स एक बहुत बड़ा ब्रांच है. ऑर्थोपेडिक्स के अंदर जॉइंट रिप्लेसमेंट सर्जरी आती है, ऑर्थोपेडिक्स के अंदर आर्थ्रोस्कोपी सर्जरी आती है जो दूरबीन द्वारा की जाती है, स्पाइन सर्जरी आती है. तो जिस समय मैंने ऑर्थोपेडिक्स पास किया उस समय ट्रेंड आ गया था कि आपको ऑर्थोपेडिक्स में भी एक सब स्पेशलिटी चूज करनी पड़ेगी फॉर योर फ्यूचर प्रैक्टिस. तो उस समय जो मेरा पैशन डेवलप हुआ, जो मैंने मेरे बॉस को देखा ड्यूरिंग माय 3 years ऑफ ट्रेनिंग, इट वाज अबाउट जॉइंट रिप्लेसमेंट. देन आई चोज टू बी अ जॉइंट रिप्लेसमेंट सर्जन. तो अब उसके लिए प्रोसेस था कि यू नीड टू डू फेलोशिप्स. तो आई वेंट टू हैदराबाद. आई वर्क विद डॉक्टर नीलम रमना रेड्डी. इज अ वेरी रिनाउंड सर्जन इन हैदराबाद फॉर जॉइंट रिप्लेसमेंट अक्रॉस द कंट्री. Where I was there for 6 months working under him. Every day we used to do 8 to 10 joint replacement surgery. तो उनसे बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिला एज अ प्रैक्टिशनर, कि आप जब पेशेंट से बात करते हो, बिकॉज गवर्नमेंट हॉस्पिटल में क्या होता है, आपके पास इतना काम होता है कि आपका वो पॉलिश नहीं होता. तो जब आप प्राइवेट सेटअप में ऐसे सीनियर कंसल्टेंट के साथ काम करते हैं, तो तब आपको समझ में आता है कि जो पेशेंट की तरफ से जो क्वेश्चंस आते हैं उनको कैसे हैंडल करना है. अलग अलग स्टेट ऑफ सोसाइटी के पेशेंट आते हैं, उसको कैसे करना. तो जॉइंट रिप्लेसमेंट का फेलोशिप किया. फिर मुझे ऐसा लगा कि मुझे और ट्रेन होना चाहिए इस चीज में. तो आई वेंट टू लंदन, आई वेंट टू यूके. देयर आल्सो आई डिड अ फेलोशिप, जहाँ पे जो डॉक्टर सतीश कुटी थे, पॉल एलन थे, उनके साथ मैंने काम किया कुछ महीने, जहाँ पे हम रोज हिप रिप्लेसमेंट, नी रिप्लेसमेंट यूके में जिस तरीके से किया जाता है उसको स्टडी करते थे, उस तरीके से करते थे. So with all this knowledge, it was very clear I want to practice as a joint replacement surgeon, and I came back to Gondia and started doing my work.
Nice. I mean, you did it from your and I'm sorry to say this, but when you said उस तो orthopedics में भी एक sub specialization, I would rather say rephrase it not as sub, but it's a super specialization. So I think not a lot of people would be able to choose ki because when you choose something you have to let go of the other things, right? So I think that we should rather call it a super specialization, and that's how people know you also today as a super specialist. And it's been a wide journey. I mean, you started from going to Gondia to Yavatmal, then going to Hyderabad. I mean, doing your fellowship and all of that, and then you going to UK, taking global exposure. And after all this global exposure, you chose to come back to Gondia, which is your hometown, right? उसके पीछे आपका वो डिसीजन लेने के पीछे का आपका मोटिवेटिंग फैक्टर क्या था?
देखो, मेरा हमेशा बहुत एक बात बहुत क्लियर थी कि बड़े शहर में रिसोर्सेज, डॉक्टर, हर चीज रेडीली अवेलेबल है. लाइक डॉक्टर अभिषेक ट्रेनिंग करके मुंबई जाए या ना जाए, मुंबई में जॉइंट रिप्लेसमेंट सर्जरी ऑलरेडी होता है, नागपुर में होता है, गोंदिया में नहीं होता है. तो हमारा ये जिद था. मेरे फ्रेंड्स हैं जो मेरे साथ स्कूल से पढ़े, उन्होंने भी दे ऑल्सो बिकेम डॉक्टर, बिकेम न्यूरोसर्जन, कार्डियोलॉजिस्ट, रेडियोलॉजिस्ट. तो ये हमारा ओवरऑल कंसेंसस था कि हमको गोंदिया को अपलिफ्ट करना है, हमको वहाँ की सोसाइटी को बेस्ट ऑफ द ट्रीटमेंट ऑप्शन, बेस्ट ऑफ द रिसोर्सेज देना है. देयर विल मेक द चेंज. तो वी आर सीइंग द चेंज 10 years down the line. We started in 2016, we are in 2025. Now, joint replacement is a day-to-day procedure in Gondia. People are coming from 500 kilometers, 1000 kilometers for getting a surgery done in Gondia. तो ये हमारा अचीवमेंट है कि हम हमारे गोंदिया में, हमारे नेटिव प्लेस पे एक रिसोर्सफुल, एक 100-bedded हॉस्पिटल क्रिएट कर पाए और क्वालिटी सर्विसेज हमारे पेशेंट्स को दे पा रहे, सोसाइटी को दे पा रहे. पहले उनको छोटी सी प्रॉब्लम के लिए नागपुर ट्रेवल करना पड़ता था, और ट्रीटमेंट के लिए दूसरे शहर जाना, आपका इकोनॉमी डिस्टर्ब करना बहुत इतना इजी नहीं है जितना इजी दिखता है हर किसी के लिए. तो आज वो पेशेंट कंफर्टेबली अपने शहर में इलाज करा पा रहे.
Rather, it's flowing the other way around. No, people are coming from Nagpur to Gondia.
Yes.
For you and for your facilities. Brilliant journey, I think. So, sir, what are the most common conditions people come to you with on an everyday basis, sort of?
There are many conditions. First is a neck pain, which usually young patients coming nowadays because of excessive use of mobile phone and gadgets, which we can understand. And we call it as a text neck syndrome. And second is most commonly diabetic patients, they suffer from shoulder pain, which we call it as a frozen shoulder. In medical terms, we call it as adhesive capsulitis, where they have pain and they have stiffness in the shoulder. Most commonly seen in diabetics and thyroid patients. Third most common orthopedic problem which we encounter in OPD is tennis elbow, where the patients typically complain of pain around the elbow and they cannot lift the object. Whenever they try to attempt to lift anything, it causes severe pain. It can be due to some trauma, it can be due to repetitive stress, like some people they do heavy activities on a daily basis, it can also cause that. Fourth most common problem which we see is a back pain. I in my practice find a reason for back pain is sedentary lifestyle. Obesity is one of the reason, and severe vitamin D3 deficiency. And in old age patients, osteoporosis, weak bones, fragile bones that can also cause back pain. Then the most common complaint is a knee pain, which has a spectrum of patients, right? Young patients, they come with knee pain because of vitamin D3 deficiency. Middle age, old age patients, they come because of some ligament injuries, meniscus injuries, or sometimes because of early or advanced arthritis, which we see suffering from 5 years, 10 years. And then the last complaint which I see regularly is a heel pain, which we call it as a plantar fasciitis, which is most commonly seen in female patients because of long standing. It is multifactorial. The classical complaint which patients tell when they come with the heel pain is सुबह उठने के बाद 4 कदम नहीं चल सकते, थोड़ा चलने के बाद ठीक लगता है. This is once they say this line, the diagnosis is very clear. It's plantar fasciitis. You don't need to do any test and you can offer directly them treatment.
Nice. जैसे आपने लास्ट सेगमेंट में कहा ना कि द मोस्ट कॉमन थिंग दैट पीपल कम एंड से टू मी इज जैसे सुबह उठने के बाद 4 कदम चल नहीं पाते.
Yes.
वैसे टाइप के और क्या कंप्लेंट्स होते हैं? मतलब व्हाट आई वांट टू आस्क यू इज कि फॉर एग्जांपल आई एम अ पेशेंट,
Yes.
and how would your next question be is what I want to understand. For example, I come to you because if I come to you and say कि सर मेरे घुटने में बहुत दर्द है, so then what would be your next question is what I want to understand.
If you consider it for knee pain, usually when the patients complain of knee pain, we ask them specific questions like ये pain कब होता है. So the most common activity which patients suffer pain is using stairs, climbing stairs, coming down from stairs, sitting on the floor, getting up from the floor. If they are sitting for some quiet time on a chair and when they get up, they experience pain. Pain while walking is an advanced feature. It develops when you have advanced arthritis. But when you have early pain like 3 to 6 months history with a knee pain, usually it comes with some specific activities like using stairs, getting up from your chair or sitting position and getting in and out of the car. These complex activities, they suffer pain. Otherwise, while walking comfortably at a normal speed, they don't feel pain.
Right. And in knee pain wala, for example, if it starts somewhere, जैसे आपने कहा 3 to 6 months long pain है,
Yes.
what's the longest kind of tenure that people tend to suffer and then approach a doctor?
See, the area where I practice is a tier 3 place in India. I see patients who have been suffering from knee pain since last 15, 20 years. They have consulted many doctors, got x-rays many times. They have been told that they need a knee replacement. They have advanced arthritis. But the problem is awareness. The second problem is the cost factor of the surgery. Third, there is a big negativity around this procedure of knee replacement in the society. The surgery कराने के बाद बिस्तर पे ही रहते, चल नहीं सकते. But over a period of time, as you all know, things have changed a lot. Robotic technology, muscle sparing approach. Patients are walking within 6 hours of surgery and they are doing well. It has very good results after surgery.
And abhi bhi I think matlab this is for the people who are watching this podcast. I think a lot of people, honestly, जैसे आपने कहा, there's a stigma around, say, whether it is knee replacement, whether it is hip replacement. What I think is majority of the people who might have somewhere thought that I should go for a knee replacement for my father or for my mother, but कहीं ना कहीं एक थोड़ा सा डर होता है, एक कुछ सवाल अनआंसर्ड होते हैं, कुछ डिसीजन मेकिंग के लिए जो एक पॉजिटिव फाइनल वो एक लगता है ना पुश, वो नहीं होता है. तो आई वुड वांट टू एज एन एक्सपर्ट आस्क यू कि ये जनरली क्या सवाल होते हैं लोग बच्चों के, फॉर एग्जांपल फ्रॉम द पर्सपेक्टिव ऑफ अ किड थिंकिंग अबाउट इट फॉर हिज पेरेंट्स, तो ये जनरली क्या सवाल होते हैं या फिर क्यों ये हर्डल्स आते हैं, व्हाई दे आर नॉट एबल टू मेक अ डिसीजन एंड गो अहेड एंड जस्ट गेट इट डन. जैसे आपने एक ऑलरेडी आंसर कर दिया है कि लोगों को लगता है कि बहुत देर तक बेड में रहना पड़ेगा, बट दैट्स नॉट ट्रू, यू जस्ट बस्टेड अ मिथ. तो वैसे और क्या क्या चीजें हो सकती है?
देखो, नी रिप्लेसमेंट के मतलब आई टेल यू इट इन सेक्शंस. फर्स्ट सेक्शन नंबर 1 इज मिथ्स. लोगों को ऐसा लगता है कि सर्जरी होने के बाद उनको बहुत लंबा समय लगेगा रिकवरी के, जबकि ऐसा नहीं है. विद द न्यूअर टेक्नोलॉजीज पेशेंट्स यूजुअली रिकवर इन 3 to 4 weeks टाइम एंड दे डू वन एक्टिविटीज. जो सेकंड एक प्रॉब्लम पेशेंट से मैं समझता हूँ जो उनके मन में मिथ है कि देयर इज अ वेरी बिग रिस्क एसोसिएटेड विद दिस सर्जरी. उनकी जान को धोखा है या कुछ बहुत ज्यादा कॉम्प्लिकेशंस हो सकते हैं. तो इट्स अ प्रीटी सेफ सर्जरी, बहुत आसानी से की जा सकती है और इसका कॉम्प्लिकेशन बहुत ज्यादा नहीं है और पेशेंट गेट वेरी गुड रिजल्ट्स. तीसरा कि यह जॉइंट कितने साल काम करेगा. एक बहुत नया कॉम्प्लिकेटेड क्वेश्चन होता है कि अभी हमने सर्जरी करा है, क्या हमें 5 साल में फिर करना पड़ेगा? तो इफ यू सी द ग्लोबल डेटा, ओवरऑल डेटा वर्ल्ड वाइड, वेयर surgeries have been done in lakhs and crores of patients over a period of last 30-40 years. Uh, by and large, 20-25 years, most of the knee joints work well. Like if you take data, 90 at 25 years from surgery, the survival of the knee joint is above 95%. So most of these patients are doing well for 25 years. अब पेशेंट्स ने क्या सवाल पूछना चाहिए या किस वजह से वो सर्जरी नहीं करा सकते, उसमें ये कह रहता है कि एक रिस्क जो आप जब तक डॉक्टर से मिलेंगे नहीं, डिस्कस नहीं करेंगे, बिकॉज एवरी पेशेंट इज डिफरेंट. सम पेशेंट इज हैविंग पोस्ट bypass सर्जरी, पोस्ट एंजियोप्लास्टी, सीवियरली डायबिटिक. तो वी नीड टू डिस्कस विथ योर डॉक्टर रिगार्डिंग द स्पेसिफिक इश्यूज विच कैन क्रिएट कॉम्प्लिकेशन, जो आपको प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट कर सकते हैं. तो यह प्रॉब्लम डिस्कस करने के बाद रिस्क काफी इवेल्युएट करने के बाद समझ में आता है कितना है, एंड मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम दिस रिस्क इज हार्डली 1 or 2%. सेकेंड, एक कि ये जॉइंट किस तरीके से काम करेगा, किस टेक्नोलॉजी से सर्जरी कर रहे हैं, किस तरीके से कर रहे हैं, एंड व्हाट विल द पैटर्न ऑफ रिकवरी, हाउ लॉन्ग इट विल टेक टू रिकवर, वेदर द फिजियोथेरेपी विल बी नीडेड और नॉट. Because what I am doing in my cohort of patients who are between 55 to 65 years, those who are doing well, they are not using any support for walking. Like they have pain in the knee, they are suffering from 4-5 years, but they are doing activities with pain. For those patients, I recommend robotic surgery with a muscle sparing approach, where we don't cut the muscle. In that case, we don't recommend physiotherapy visits after surgery. We tell them few exercises they do, they walk 20 minutes twice a day, and they recover well in 1 month.
So discharge ho gaya and they are free to go home and they have to just come for the
Definite
follow-ups.
follow-ups. That's it.
Okay. That must be skipping like what tenure की. For example, physiotherapy generally अगर आप muscle sparing technique से नहीं करते and robotic भी नहीं करते, so what's the sort of tenure that physiotherapy has to go on?
See, people are getting it done for a period of 6 months also, because after a certain period of time they lose the touch with the doctor. There are subset of patients who are not able to do it on their own. In that cases, you need a physiotherapy. But usually with the robotics and the change in the dynamics of knee replacement, patients recover in 1 month. But if you compare it with the conventional traditional approach and what we were doing 5-10 years back, those patients were definitely taking 3 to 4 months to recover.
My God, that's a big tenure. Apart from, जैसे I remember speaking with you earlier, I remember you talking about there are a lot of factors that, differentiate an expert from others in terms of joint replacements. तो जैसे आपने मुझे, I remember you telling me about implants.
Yes.
तो वैसे टाइप के और क्या इम्प्लांट्स की क्वालिटी बहुत सारे अलग अलग होती है. सो आई जस्ट वांट टू अंडरस्टैंड कि और क्या क्या फैक्टर्स होते हैं.
देखो, knee replacement, hip replacement is a planned procedure. It's not an emergency.
Right.
यह सर्जरी आप मल्टीपल ओपिनियंस लेके, मल्टीपल डॉक्टर्स को मिलके यू कैन कंक्लूड मुझे कब कराना है और कहाँ कराना है. अब बात आती है कहाँ कराना है, किससे कराना है. तो मेरा हमेशा पेशेंट को रिकमेंडेशन रहता है कि यू शुड गेट इट एट अ सेंटर. पॉइंट नंबर 1, the surgeon should be a trained surgeon who is doing a joint replacement surgery for quite longer time, like 5 to 10 years. Second, what kind of implant they are using. Ideally, I recommend multinational companies implant to be used because they have a data of 40-50 years of the survival. So we should not use a substandard implant. Point number 3 is what kind of technology they are using to do the surgery. Like now we are doing robotics. It adds to the precision and accuracy of the surgery. Recovery fast होता है, patients को pain कम होता है, and they feel much confident and better. They themselves and me also while getting them into rehab. I am very confident for my robotic patient that they will do well. For this, these patients are usually 60 to 80 years age. तो ये एज के पेशेंट्स को काफी सारी बीमारियां होती है, जैसे हार्ट का प्रॉब्लम होता है, बीपी होता है, शुगर होता है. तो यह पेशेंट्स ने एक ऐसे सेटअप में सर्जरी कर लीजिए जहाँ पे एक टीम अवेलेबल है, जिसमें फिजिशियन, कार्डियोलॉजिस्ट, आईसीयू बैकअप, बिकॉज यू डोंट नो किस पेशेंट्स को कब किस प्रकार के डॉक्टर का जरूरत पड़ेगा, एंड यू डोंट वांट टू रश एट मोमेंट कि आपको कहीं और शिफ्ट करना पड़े. तो यूजुअली एट अ सेंटर वेयर दिस सर्जरी इज बीन डन रेगुलरली बाय एक्सपीरियंस सर्जन with good quality of implant and technology, and you have a team to manage the complications, which includes everybody, and you have a dedicated team of physiotherapists, nursing staff who are looking after these patients जिनका joint replacement surgery होता है. उनको पता है ये पेशेंट को यह पेन होगा तो ये इंजेक्शन देना है, क्या करना है. So it adds to a better recovery.
Right. So the surgery is basically, we would say, the 50% part, and the post surgery is the remaining 50% part. So आपने जैसे कहा कि surgery में अगर A हुआ तो there has to be a plan, B हुआ तो there has to be a plan.
Usually, most of these patients, 90% of the patients, what I tell them when they consult me in OPD for a joint replacement surgery, if we are doing surgery for 1 knee at a time, then we tell the patient will be walking on the same day of surgery. He'll be using walker or crutches for maximum 24 hours. Within 48 hours, these patients will be ambulated independently. They'll be walking on their own comfortably. And on the third day, we make them use the stairs and discharge. For patients for whom we are doing bilateral hip replacement or a bilateral knee replacement surgery, for these patients, we usually don't mobilize them for first 24 hours. They rest. Next day, we make them walk few steps with the help of walker and stick. Third day, we try to make them independent. Most of these patients, by 72 hours, they are walking without walker and crutches, which was not possible with traditional surgery. All my patients were using 10-15 days walker and sticks. Now they are mobilized independently after bilateral knee replacement surgery in 72 hours. And then fourth day, we make them climb the stairs and we discharge. So it's a 1 day lag between a single joint surgery and a bilateral surgery.
Just 1 day.
1 day.
That's great. That's great. Super. And then what's the follow up process like? Again, it's different in both the cases, like for bilateral or for single.
If you ask me the process is same. The medications is same. They have to come for first visit after 10 days for suture removal and then after a month or two. That's it. 2 or 3 follow-up visits, most of these patients do that.
Very nice. So, sir, I have always been very interested in knowing this one thing, that you have started your practice in Gondia after you got educated in UK and you came back and you started your practice.
See, it's a process. I started 10 years back, then getting a X-ray done for a knee pain was a challenge. People were not getting ready to get an X-ray done. Now things have changed over a period of 10 years. When you do surgeries, your patients do well. They walk in the society, milte hain. Every year we arrange a walkathon where around 400-500 of your operated knee and hip replacement patients, they walk for 4 or 5 kilometers comfortably. Society sees that. Definitely this question comes, some relative will ask why I will not go to Mumbai. See, it's their decision to go anywhere. But by and large, I can say I am giving them the best care, the compassionate care. We have the best technology, robotics in Gondia. We were amongst the first few centers in India to start robotics. It was not even at a bigger place when we started it in Gondia. Muscle sparing knee surgery, hardly 2% of the surgeons in India, they do muscle sparing knee replacement. We are doing that since for 1.5-2 years time. And we are very happy with the recovery. And when we see our cohort and compare them with the patients who got operated in Mumbai and Ahmedabad, our patients are recovering well, very well. And they have a direct connect with my team, with myself. Every patient has some specific issues. Somebody will have issues with sleep, somebody will have issue with pain, some other issues. We handle them very smoothly and nicely. Like you asked me, nowadays I am surprised. Like patients come from bigger cities to Gondia to get a knee replacement done. Recently I operated a very senior physician from Mumbai, Dr. Vachani. He was 72 years. He's MD medicine practicing in Mumbai. He came to me just with a strong reference that he's doing some good work. He spoke to me 1 or 2 times on phone. He came. We did a bilateral knee replacement surgery for him, robotic and muscle sparing. I was surprised. He sent me a video from his OPD. He's working on 14th day of surgery. He was in his OPD. He drive for 30 to 40 kilometers to his clinic. He was seeing patients and he was very happy. So this kind of recovery and treatment we are offering to our patients. So we regularly see patients coming from 500 kilometers, 800 kilometers, Raipur and Nagpur to Gondia to get a knee replacement surgery done. Recently, I have operated 2 or 3 patients where they have got 1 knee replaced in Mumbai and Ahmedabad like 4 or 5 years back. And now we did the second knee. And we have testimonials with these patients and they have compared, like they said, this time हमको समझा ही नहीं हमारा सर्जरी कब हुआ. इतना स्मूथ था प्रोसेस, पेन इतना कम था विद द टेक्नोलॉजी एंड मसल स्पेयरिंग. वो उस सर्जरी से अपने इस सर्जरी को कंपेयर ही नहीं कर पाए. So it's not about the place. If you have a right surgeon, if you have a right technology and right patient, then you can deliver the results anywhere in the world. It's not about the place.
And sir, do people connect with you specifically for second opinions?
Second opinion, मेरा ये कहना है कि joint replacement surgery का बहुत important part है. Like मैं मेरे patients जिनको मैं primarily देख रहा हूँ, if I feel they are confused or they are not able to make up mind, I tell them myself, go and take a second opinion. Because once you visit 2 or 3 doctors and you get the same opinion that it's advanced arthritis and you need a surgery, it becomes for the very easy for the patient और उनके रिलेटिव्स के लिए कि हम डिसीजन लेके सर्जरी करा लेते हैं. जब 3 लोग बोल रहे हैं तो कर ही लेना चाहिए. और अभी तो मैं देख रहा हूँ कि मेरे पास पेशेंट्स आते हैं जिनका सब हो रखा है. एक्सरेज हो रखे हैं, MRI हो रखे हैं, ब्लड टेस्ट हो रखे हैं. They just came for an opinion. If I say them, yes, surgery is needed, they get admitted and we do surgery within 24 hours.
Super.
I am doing online consultations also. Like I get calls from Delhi, Mumbai, Coimbatore, Hyderabad. These patients, they have already visited a doctor or a big hospital and they have been advised surgery. They just want to get a reassure that whether it is needed, whether what we have been advised. Like अभी जो train change हो रहा है. Sometimes patients come to me with the advice of a knee replacement and I offer them a partial knee replacement. कि आपका बचा हुआ घुटना अच्छा है, आपके लिगामेंट्स अच्छे हैं, आपको घुटने की एक ही हिस्से में दर्द है, तो अपन पूरा नी रिप्लेस नहीं करके पार्शियल नहीं करेंगे. इससे आपका 80% of the natural knee is intact. You can do all activities, there are no restrictions, and it's a very natural recovery.
So now I've seen people coming to you from multiple cities. Of course, Maharashtra, you are, I think, catering to a large population in Vidarbha. You're catering to a large population in Chhattisgarh also, in Odisha also. And people can somehow come to Gondia and take your opinion, of course. Whether it is second opinion, whether it is primary meeting you and showing you their current condition about anything. That is one part. But जैसे आपने कहा कि there are people, trying to get your second opinion from multiple locations. And just before we started shooting, he was telling me कि he was just speaking on video call with a patient sitting in Delhi. So how does that happen? Do you take teleconsultations and do you have like a system where people from across India can connect with you?
See, we have our website. Patients can visit that. They can connect with my team. मेरा जो टीम है वो उसको फिल्टर करता है whether these patients are मतलब ये consultation जरूरी है क्या? Because sometimes they consult for back pain and neck pain, which I am not interested. So if the patient come with a knee pain and hip pain, they have already visited some doctor or they want to visit me. They have a specific time. We do a video consultation. We give them genuine advice and it's okay with me. मतलब it helps them to decide on surgery, what kind of surgery they want to get it done, किससे कराना चाहते हैं, कहाँ कराना चाहते हैं. कई बार ऐसा होता है कि patient is very far. So I can tell my friends are working at a different place. They can visit my friend. They also do robotics and muscle sparing. They can get a surgery done there because it becomes sometimes cumbersome in a family where you have less resources to travel to a long distance and get a surgery done.
So basically, I will just share one experience of mine which I recently came across. One of my uncles had been undergoing knee pain for a very long time. He was in Pune. There are a lot of options available in Pune, and all of us were telling him to आप जाओ और आप एक समझ के लो ऑर्थोपेडिक सर्जन के पास या ऑर्थोपेडिक एक्सपर्ट के पास कि समझ के लो कि हो क्या है, because it's been very long, not able to walk properly and all of that. So I have observed कि लोगों के दिमाग में ना एक fear होता है सर. वो fear है बड़ा peculiar fear है कि मैं अगर जाता हूँ to an orthopedic expert तो वो मुझे यही बताएंगे कि भैया आप knee replacement या whatever, if it is hip pain आप hip replacement करा लो. तो how true is this fact, and does anybody and everybody with a knee pain require a knee replacement?
Only 10% of the patients they need surgery. 90% patients we manage with physiotherapy, medications and injections. Knee pain, hip pain is a very broad term. बहुत अलग अलग प्रकार की बीमारियां होती है, अलग अलग एज होते हैं. जब वो हमारे पास आते हैं, उनसे कुछ स्पेसिफिक क्वेश्चंस पूछते हैं, कुछ टेस्ट कराते हैं, ब्लड टेस्ट, एक्सरेज, MRI, and hardly 10%. Like I see 50 patients in my OPD daily. I advise surgery to hardly 4 or 5 patients. 40-45 patients they are managed conservatively with some change in lifestyle, some kind of medications. Some patients who are having pain for a longer period of time and X-ray shows some damage, we can give injections which are different forms. And if these things don't work, ये सब सारी चीजें 3 महीना 6 महीना होने के बाद जब काम नहीं करता है, then we straight forward say कि अब आपको सर्जरी करानी चाहिए. ये समय आ गया है कि आप नी रिप्लेसमेंट या हिप रिप्लेसमेंट प्लान करिए जिससे आपका रिकवरी अच्छा हो.
सुपर. एंड सर ये रिप्लेसमेंट करने का जब टाइम आता है तो व्हाट इज जनरली लाइक कि ये पेन बहुत प्रोलॉन्ग्ड है उसके वजह से हो रहा है, या हड्डियां बहुत खोखली हो गई है उसके वजह से रिप्लेसमेंट कराना पड़ रहा है, या व्हाट आर द जनरल रीजंस लाइक कि अब ये स्टेज आ गई है कि अब सर्जरी करानी ही पड़ेगी, दैट्स द लास्ट ऑप्शन.
एज अ सर्जन आप मुझसे पूछेंगे कि मैं कब डिसाइड करता हूँ कि इस पेशेंट का नी रिप्लेसमेंट करना है क्या. if I get your question. तो पेशेंट कम्स टू माय ओपीडी, पेशेंट बोलता है कि मुझे 6 महीने से 1 साल से 2 साल से दर्द है, हम पूछते हैं तो पेशेंट बोलता है मैं रेगुलरली पेन किलर्स ले रहा हूँ लाइक ट्वाइस और थ्राइस अ वीक फॉर द पेन। अगर आप पेन किलर ले रहे हैं मतलब पेन का इंटेंसिटी ज्यादा है। पेशेंट्स कंप्लेन करते दे कैन नॉट डू एक्टिविटीज ऑफ डेली लिविंग, वॉक पे नहीं जा सकते, फंक्शंस अटेंड नहीं कर सकते, दे आर डिफिकल्टी इन यूजिंग स्टेयरकेस, सीढ़ी चढ़ने उतरने में तकलीफ होता है, रात को सोने में तकलीफ होता है, तब हम उनके एक्सरेज करते हैं। जब एक्सरे भी ये बता रहे हैं कि एक्सरे में काफी डैमेज है, आर्थराइटिस है, आपका जो जॉइंट का गैप है वो कम हो गया है, कार्टिलेज डैमेज हुआ है, और पेशेंट्स के सिम्टम्स भी एक पर्टिकुलर ड्यूरेशन और इंटेंसिटी के, तभी हम पेशेंट्स को बोलते हैं कि इट्स टाइम टू गेट अ नी रिप्लेसमेंट डन व्हिच विल गिव यू रिजल्ट्स। मेडिकेशंस, फिजियोथेरेपी, इंजेक्शंस विल नॉट।
अभिषेक सर, आप जैसे आपने कहा यू टेक 45 to 50 people OPD daily, you know that must be consuming a lot of your time, and you must be seeing over a period of a month, what is it, like almost 1500 patients or something like that. So and a practice of over so many years. So now what is the kind of uh, age group that you see maximum complaining of knee pain, maximum complaining of hip pain? Is it only in the old people, or is it in the middle-aged people also? Of course, reasons alag honge. Maybe somebody must be coming to you, say he's young, say 30, 35, but has to undergo because of an accident or a trauma or something like that. But apart from this, overall, what is your observation like?
Like if you ask me 10 years back, knee pain as a common symptom usually associated with osteoarthritis, and patient age group was above 55-60 years. But as we are progressing with the sedentary lifestyle, most of these patients are obese now. We are seeing patients with 30-35 years, patients with knee pain, with severe vitamin D deficiency, chondromalacia, some ligament and meniscus injuries. COVID has changed the scenario a lot in hip pain. Because of COVID, there are many studies which shows COVID itself, COVID virus, a vaccine, or the medications which were used in the treatment of COVID, they are causing hip AVN. What is AVN? AVN is a avascular necrosis. जो हिप का बॉल है वो गल जा रहा है, जिसके कारण पेशेंट्स हिप पेन कंप्लेन कर रहे हैं। फाइनली दे आर गेटिंग अ हिप रिप्लेसमेंट सर्जरी डन। इट्स गेटिंग वेरी कॉमन पोस्ट कोविड। तो अब ऐसा नहीं रहा कि नी पेन हिप पेन ओल्ड एज में देखने मिलेगा। आई सी अ स्पेक्ट्रम फ्रॉम लाइक 20-25 years to 80 years of age daily with knee pain and hip pain.
20-25 years is like too young for somebody to complain about knee pain or rather
Yes.
hip pain. And it's not because of any accidents or traumas. You're saying because of lifestyle.
Lifestyle.
And is it only in obese patients, or what are the causes? Like, is it like continuously sitting in one place, IT jobs, working on the laptop? How is it like?
See, my take is sedentary lifestyle. One is overweight, like your weight is high. Definitely, it will burden your joints. It will put extra load on your knee joint and hip joint. Second is a lack of muscle. Most of this young population is not doing any exercises. We are into a digital world. We spend most of the time on gadgets, on screen, on traveling. Earlier, if you see our fathers or grandmothers, they used to walk, they used to do exercise. So things have changed. The muscle power is less. They don't have muscle mass. So it puts extra pressure on your joints. And most of these young patients, they have a very bad food habits. Like they are eating junk food, no protein, no good quality food. And nowadays, the like if you see FMCG, fast moving consumable goods, most of these patients are eating packaged foods, which have a very high content of preservatives, and it is very less nutritious. So because of weight, because of bad lifestyle, sedentary lifestyle, less muscle mass, and bad food habits. These are all common reasons for knee pain in patients of age group of 20, 25, 30, 35 years.
Right. And suppose somebody who has come to you with this kind, what is, in this age group, 20, 25, 30, 35, in this age group, somebody is continuously complaining of knee pain or hip pain or back pain. Do you think recovery is possible without surgery, and how fast can if of course, I mean, it's a difficult question to ask, because you will say how many people will change their food habits, how many people will be able to change their sedentary lifestyle, how many people will start exercising and then continuously do it. But if suppose ideally somebody is able to take control of all these 4 factors that you stated, can this be reversed?
It depends when they present it. if they present it in early part of the disease when the cartilage is not damaged, it is just soft, what we call as chondromalacia. At that time, with supplements, weight reduction, physiotherapy, and all, they do well. They recover completely well with the change in the lifestyle in a period of 3 to 6 months. But sometimes what happens, patient come to us after a year or two when things have already gone worse. उनका काफी डैमेज हो चुका है, कार्टिलेज खराब हो चुका है, जॉइंट स्पेस रिड्यूस हो गया है, एमआरआई शोइंग डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ डैमेजेस इन डिफरेंट पार्ट्स ऑफ द नी जॉइंट. उस समय पे भी हम ट्राई करते हैं टू प्रिजर्व द नी. हम नी को बचाने की कोशिश करते हैं क्योंकि पेशेंट का यंग एज है, हम उसको डायरेक्टली रिप्लेस नहीं कर सकते. बट रिजल्ट्स आर गार्डेड, उनको उतना सेटिस्फेक्शन नहीं होता, बट स्टिल दे डू वेल ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम.
Super. So, sir, I am currently seeing two cases in my own extended family. You know, one is in I would say a lady around 35 to 40 years old, and then there's another lady who's around 65, between 65 to 70. Now, when the older lady says that, you know, I have terrible pain in my knees and I can't walk, climb the stairs, I can't walk properly. So जब हम लोग trips का plan कर रहे होते हैं तो she doesn't want to go. But that also happens with the middle-aged person as well. You know, sometimes, not always, but terrible knee pain at the age of 35 to 40, you know, and having a history of being a sports player also once upon a time and all of that. I feel very curious to understand कि middle-aged people में भी इतना advanced stages में लोग जाते हैं क्या in terms of knee pain and hip pain or overall bone health. So how is it like? Do people in this age group come to you and what's the sort of complaints that they have?
See, nowadays people are coming with knee pain right from 20 years to 80 years. The treatment depends on the age. But for patients who are 35 to 50, we try to preserve the knee. So we need to evaluate. We have to do X-rays, MRI, understand what kind of pain they are suffering from. And when we diagnose, there are many other procedures like osteotomy, which we call as HTO, where we change the alignment of the knee so that the pain, the load shifts to the other part of the knee, which is good. So the pain reduces. Then we have an option of a partial knee replacement, where we replace only a part of the knee, which offers them 10 to 15 years of active lifestyle. And then they, once they are 60, 65 and they again have a pain, they can get it converted to a total knee replacement surgery. The treatment depends on the age of the patient. For patients above 50 years, we are very comfortable in offering a knee replacement surgery. But younger patients, they do come, they are coming regularly, usually females who are obese. It's a big challenge, but we need to counsel them well. We have to get X-rays, MRI done. We need to understand the stage of the disease, and still we try to preserve the knee by doing some kind of HTO or arthroscopy surgeries or ligament surgeries or sometimes partial knee replacement.
Super. And sir, now of course you said from 20 to 80. I have seen very commonly people around 60, 65, 70 going for knee replacements and all. How does the dynamic change after you have crossed 70? For example, if I have to think about my grandfather, he's right now 92. Or say when I would have, what would be my last deadline? Say if I had to go back in the past, कि यहाँ इस age तक आप करवा सकते हो knee replacement.
See, as a doctor, what I've been taught by my seniors, I see age as physiological age and chronological age. You can see sometimes patient says 80, but is intellectually very active, physically very active, no comorbidities. You will do surgery for that patient. Sometimes the patient is just 72, multiple diseases, cancer survivor, intellectually, like intellect is not very good, not moving. In that case, we avoid surgery. As a surgeon, for me, I see minimum 5 years life expectancy. Like if I see the patient, I know by seeing the blood test and all everything, discussing with patient that this patient will survive for more than 5 years, I will offer a knee replacement. I would ask a very specific question to the relatives. How active the patient is with pain. If the patient is active, like community dweller means he goes to outside home, meet people, socially active, he should do a surgery. But a patient who is homebound, room-bound, like he just travels from his bedroom to washroom or dining room and doesn't do anything else to interact with people, for that patient doing a knee replacement surgery would be harm.
Nice. Suppose somebody comes to you at the age of 80, 85, fit and fine, no comorbidities and all. Would you do the knee replacement or hip replacement surgery? And would the recovery be as simple and easy as you talked about in the earlier phase of this podcast?
Patients above 70, 72 years of age, whenever they come to us with knee pain, hip pain, and we offer them a knee replacement, hip replacement surgery, we straight away tell them that you need a special physiotherapist session for at least 6 weeks. You need a caretaker for 15 days. Your recovery will be slow because of your age, because you don't have much muscle mass. Because as your age progresses, जैसे जैसे आपका एज बढ़ता है, आपका मसल मास कम होता है. मसल मास कम होता है तो डिपेंड जो रिकवरी है आपका मसल के ऊपर है. तो ऐसे पेशेंट्स में हम पहले ही बता देते हैं कि नॉर्मल पेशेंट्स दे रिकवर इन 1 month. These patients will take 3 to 4 months to recover.
Okay, super. Sir, before we started the podcast, I was going through your website in detail and I saw something very peculiar. It was My Good Knees. That's trademarked in your name, I think. What is My Good Knees? How did you construct it? How did you come up with that idea and that entire protocol? What is the process like?
See, we came up with this idea with the expression of my goodness.
Yeah.
So it came like My Good Knees. So it's a protocol. It has many components which we offer to our patients for knee replacement. The most important component I feel is a muscle sparing knee replacement surgery. And second is a robotic technology using. Third is a team effort where we have a patient first kind of a culture in the hospital. Like we always prioritize our patients, offer them compassionate care. We have a team, right from nursing staff to doctors to ICU, with the physiotherapy protocol, dedicated physiotherapist, dedicated team to look after the admission and the discharge process. So what I feel, surgery is only one part. When you club it with the multiple factors like muscle sparing surgery, technology, dedicated team of workers like from nursing to paramedics to physiotherapists who are looking after the patients, and you do it on a day-to-day basis, it increases your confidence, it gives them faster recovery, better results with less pain. So that's why we call it as My Good Knees. Whatever surgery we do knee or hip, we try to do it with a minimal invasive approach with a less destruction to the body. इसमें बॉडी को कम डैमेज करना पड़े, मसल कट नहीं करना पड़े. Pain management protocol is to the international standard. What has been done in the US and the UK. We are doing that for our patients. We have a dedicated physiotherapist and we are doing robotic technology for most of the surgeries. So it's a mindset. It's a multifactorial treatment package we are offering to our patients for a good, better and a painless recovery.
Super. I think this must be one of the USPs that sets you and your practice apart from what's happening across, I would say, across the world now. Because आपने जैसे कहा कि US से कुछ factors है, UK से कुछ factors है. Because you've been there personally, you've seen it all. That's why. That's great. I mean, bringing such kind of technology to the common citizens of India. So technology reminds me, you have been throughout the past few minutes that we have been shooting, you have been continuously emphasizing on this term called robotics. Now, I don't know how many viewers or how many people out there are aware of the role of robotics in medicine, the role of robotics in surgery, the role of robotics specifically in knee and hip replacement as well. What is robotics? What is operating with a robot? What is robotic precision? And how is it apart from traditional surgeries?
See, robotics is a technology जो हम यूज कर रहे हैं नी रिप्लेसमेंट और हिप रिप्लेसमेंट सर्जरी करने के लिए. ये जो सर्जरी को और प्रिसाइज और एक्यूरेट करता है. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल जब हम कन्वेंशनल सर्जरी कर रहे थे, वो पेशेंट ए हो, बी हो, सी हो, डी हो, सबका सर्जरी एक सिंगल मेथड से कर रहे थे. बट एज वी नो, we have different face, we have different fingerprints. So not every body is same, not every joint is same. So we need to treat them in a customized manner, which is only possible with the robotics. कि आपका पैर 30 डिग्री तिरछा है तो आप उसको 5 डिग्री तक कर सकते हैं, ना कि पूरा करेक्ट करें जिससे पेशेंट का पेन बेटर हो. दूसरा, जो बोन्स कट करते हैं अपन विद कन्वेंशनल इन अ कन्वेंशनल सर्जरी, उसमें एरर होने का पॉसिबिलिटी है बिकॉज इट इज थ्रू योर हैंड हेल्ड मशीन. In robotics, you use a robot assisted device to cut the bones, which has a very high precision. Like if you say you want to cut 6 mm, it will cut only 6 mm, not 5.5, not 6.5. Second, you don't need to release the ligaments. जो सर्जरी जब हम कर रहे हैं, because we can customize the bone cuts very minutely, we don't need to cut the ligaments and release the ligaments. So the pain component is less, blood loss is less, the recovery is better. And as we see in general life, जैसे अपन देखते हैं कि अपन अब कोई चीज मजबूत कब बोलते हैं, मजबूत अपन तब बोलते हैं जब उसका फिटिंग मजबूत हो. जैसे कि इफ यू कंपेयर इट विद अ विंडो और अ डोर, अगर उसका मजबूत कब्जा लगाया है, उसमें काफी मोटे स्क्रूज लगे हैं, तो वो ज्यादा साल चलेगा. तो सेम इज विद योर इम्प्लांट. इम्प्लांट इज सेम इन रोबोटिक्स और ट्रेडिशनल. जब इम्प्लांट को आप रोबोटिक टेक्नोलॉजी को यूज करके फिट करते हैं, तो एक तो वो बहुत प्रिसाइजली फिट होता है. जो साइज है, जैसे देयर आर मल्टीपल साइजेस 1 2 3 4 5 6, तो उस पेशेंट के लिए स्पेसिफिक साइज का आप मैच करके देखते हैं तो एक परफेक्ट साइज होता है. सेकंड, जब आप रोबोटिक हैंडल डिवाइस से बोन कट करते हैं तो इतना प्रिसाइज कट हुआ है कि वो इम्प्लांट जब बैठता है इतनी सटीकता से बैठता है कि उसमें 0.1 mm का भी प्ले नहीं है. तो अगर वो बैठा उतनी सटीकता से है तो डेफिनेटली वो ज्यादा साल चलेगा. तो these are the advantage of robotics and it's now getting very common और it helps a lot. There is a big difference. बहुत बड़ा डिफरेंस है रोबोटिक सर्जरी से. आपका पेन काफी कम है और आपकी रिकवरी बहुत फास्ट है. तो पेशेंट्स ने ऑप्ट करना चाहिए.
सर, वो जो छोटे चीरे की सर्जरी कहते हैं, इज इट बिकॉज ऑफ द रोबोट?
रोबोटिक सर्जरी का आपके चीरे के साइज से कोई लेना देना नहीं है खास. इंसिजन डिपेंड्स ऑन सर्जन एक्सपीरियंस. कई सर्जन्स को आदत होता है थोड़ा सा ज्यादा चीरा लगा के सर्जरी करने का, किसी को कम. जो इम्पोर्टेंट मैटर करता है वो होता है मसल कट करना. बाहर का चीरा तो सबका सिमिलर रहेगा, किसी का 4 इंच, किसी का 6 इंच, इतना ही रहेगा. लेकिन अंदर जाने के बाद जो हम सबबस्टस टेक्निक से सर्जरी कर रहे हैं, उसमें हम आपका जो मेन क्वाड्रिसेप्स मसल है, वो क्वाड्रिसेप्स मसल को हम कट ही नहीं कर रहे, हम उसके साइड से जा रहे हैं. तो क्योंकि क्वाड्रिसेप्स को कट नहीं कर रहे, पेशेंट सर्जरी के 3 घंटे बाद पैर उठाता है, बोलता है मुझे कोई तकलीफ नहीं है. तो दिस इज अ डिफरेंस विद मसल स्पेयरिंग टेक्नोलॉजी. और जब हम मसल स्पेयरिंग टेक्नोलॉजी को विदाउट मसल कटिंग सर्जरी को रोबोटिक्स से ऐड कर देते हैं तो कंपाउंड हो जाता है इफेक्ट. लाइक टेक्नोलॉजी भी बेस्ट, सर्जरी करने का तरीका भी बेस्ट, तो पेशेंट्स को जो रिकवरी मिलता है वो बेस्ट रिकवरी.
I think, sir, it's been a pleasure having you on, or rather, me coming to you and together, both of us doing this entire podcast. I had a lot of curious questions. I had a lot of, queries to ask you कि ये कैसे होता है, वो कैसे होता है. I still rather have a lot of queries and a lot of curious questions. If I start thinking, I'll maybe ask you another 100 questions and we will not be able to finish this segment at all. But thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for giving this time. And I hope we meet again in few days or months whenever I get your next appointment. And I hope we can do at least 2 or 3 more podcasts like this where I could get the opportunity to have candid conversations with you. So thank you so much from all of us and thank you for coming.
Thank you, Yash, for this podcast. I always as a doctor feel और मैं रेगुलरली करता हूँ कि टू एजुकेट और टू अवेयर द पीपल अबाउट द डिजीजेस, अबाउट द ट्रीटमेंट, सो दैट दे कैन टेक अ वाइज डिसीजन व्हेन टू कंसल्ट अ डॉक्टर, फ्रॉम वेयर टू गेट द ट्रीटमेंट. So this podcast was a part of it. Even if you have any questions, you can ask those questions in the feedback and we'll try to answer it.
Done. Thank you, sir.